Guys, it's Epic Underworlds, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys every single card in set 1 of my old game Epic Wars TCG. This will kind of be a video of series of me showing you every single card in the old Epic Wars TCG game, because I don't think I've ever shown every single card, so this series should kind of flesh that out and give you inspiration. But the main reason I'm doing this series is because I want you guys to comment down below your top 5 or 10 favorite cards, or even 3 or 2, or maybe just one of your favorite cards that you've seen in this video, so then I can add those to the new project I'm working on, which I've announced in the stream, but I don't want to hype it up too much because I just, let's just say I'm getting back into TCGs. But yeah, so pick your top 10, 5 favorite cards, comment down below, and then those may or may not be added in the game if a few other people comment those too. I just want to know what cards you guys want to see come back and what characters. So let's start off with the card that started it all, the original Spike Serpent. Now, I have a few other games that I'll show also in the future that were before Epic Wars TCG, but this was pretty much my first game that I actually stuck with. I don't even know how many cards there are, and I don't know why set 1 is so massive. Actually, I kind of do, because I remade a lot of the cards in this set. Like, you'll see quite a few different versions of each card, and I'll maybe even talk about each card, because in the past, when I've showed my old card games, I didn't really talk. I just kind of showed the cards, and you guys didn't know the story behind them, so hopefully I'll give you guys a little bit more information on that. But Epic Wars TCG was the reason I think I made so many cards is because I would make this game specifically and all these sets, and whenever it was like Thanksgiving, and only like once a year, me and my cousins would get together and play this game, and that just drove me so much. And then I started showing it on my YouTube channel, and that's kind of how I got into trading card games. This channel's core is trading card games. There might be other things like paper computer games, comics, and other things, but at its core, this channel was built off of trading card games, and I just really want to continue them because I just love them so much, and it's what my channel's all about. So, first card is Spike Serpent. I just really like this original artwork. I think it's like cute and stuff. I know my art now is a lot better, but making these card games, it's like you work on a different little art piece each card, and after making like 600 of these, you get actually decently good at art. So I've seen my artwork improve a lot since making card games, so I think that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, this is Spike Serpent, the original. We also have the updated version, which I made for this set, and you can tell it's the set 1 because there's a little 1 in the corner. That's the attack and defense. You would basically roll 6 dice for attack and 2 dice for defense. For hits, I think it was like a 4, 5, and 6 on a dice was a hit, and then 1, 2 was defense, kind of like Heroescape. And then I did a full art Spike Serpent. This was for my how to make a full art card trading card game video, which I really ought to make some more how-to TCG videos because I think those were pretty popular. I don't know why the sleeve is all yellow. The card isn't actually like that, but this was the original zigzag staff, which, oh my goodness, me and my cousin, when we were first playtesting this, oh, by the way, that number right there is the point cost. Each card costs a certain number of points to put in your deck, so that's kind of how the cost system work. I actually really liked that, and I would end up putting it in my future games, but man, this card is so freaking nostalgic to me because me and my cousin were first playtesting Epic Wars TCG. He found this card, and he's really good at card, basically, anatomy and stuff. He just knows card games really well, and he just saw this card and it was like, just laughed at how overpowered it. Whenever a 7 or lower point cost card is played, do 2 damage to one of your opponent's cards, which most cards in Epic Wars TCG were 7 or lower cost. So this card was absolutely broken, and it's funny because it was a common. So then I remade it into an epic rare, Zigzag Staff 2.0, which made it completely terrible. Whenever a 7 or lower point cost creature is played, subtract 2 HP from that card. So it would be that card instead of just any card you want, and it was 20 points. So this was slightly better, or sorry, slightly worse, but still fun to put in your deck. Cannon. This is just, a basic cannon, destroy a target card, and then I made a full art. This was, I think, like a year after. I was just going back and updating cards so I could put this game on the Game Crafter. Yes, this game went on the Game Crafter once. I even had starter decks, which I'll show in a future video, but I just thought it was funny because I would take like individual card arts or pictures of each card art and just upload it to the Game Crafter. No digital remastering whatsoever. It was kind of funny. Then we got Code Mech. This was kind of a fan favorite. I don't know why I never finished coloring the background. Just a 5 cost. And then Cone Mech 2.0. Very nice. Had some flavor text. The Eye of Wisdom. On your turn, look at your opponent's hand and kill one of their cards. I remember this card also being really overpowered for a 7 cost, and then I remade it to a more balanced version and made it a rare. Then we have Forest Protector. I actually liked the original one better than the remastered one. I just think this artwork's a little bit more detailed and better. But I'm definitely going to be bringing him back in my new card game, Underworlds, at some point. Rain Squid, a classic card that many of you guys have seen these characters be in my new games. Like, many of these have at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 different card game renditions. So this is Rain Squid, and then this was the updated Rain Squid, which I think will look a lot better. Zormax, this was kind of my, I don't know, for some reason I thought this was like my channel mascot for some reason. A lot of people liked Zormax, and so I made a full art of him. But yeah, I really haven't done much with Zormax since. Then we're getting into a fan favorite archetype. I think this was like my most viewed video at that time, which it wasn't even that many views, but I was just so excited because my channel was getting a lot of views, like 80 off of one video, which I was like, yay. But this was Unknown Trooper. This is the original Unknown archetype. I actually didn't even like the Unknowns that much. I just thought they were kind of just a basic archetype, and boy was I wrong. The fans really liked the Unknowns, and we would see them come back much later and be a lot more popular. Then we got Unknown Guard, Unknown Commander, which was my personal favorite, Unknown Blaster, kind of a support. I was just kind of trying to make a cohesive archetype, because before this I had never really made archetypes in my old games. Then we got Unknown Beam, which was pretty bad but pretty fun to play. Then I remade I made a kind of sequel card to Unknown Trooper 1, which was like a futuristic one. And then I remade Unknown Commander for some reason. We also have like Unknown Head, which kind of reminds me of that Oz character. Unknown Staff, and now we're getting into the Viking archetype, which was the second main archetype of the game. It wasn't as popular, but I personally liked it better than the Unknown at the time. Viking Warrior, Viking Sword. Yeah, so you basically have your classic Viking Warrior, and then you have all these attachments to add to him. There were supposed to be more Vikings in the future, but I never ended up making more. Viking Axe, Viking Shield, and I liked this kind of purpley and gray combo I was going for. I think that's pretty unique. Then I remade, I made Viking Warlord to like much later on to finally add to the archetype. Like, man, my drawing has come a long way. Like, look at the anatomy of that guy. And this one was like a one-off archetype. I made it in my original card game, like Epic Wars TCG 1.0, I think that's what it was called or something, but that was digital. But this was Bemicon archetype, kind of like, I think I was inspired by the Shape Knights of Chaos Galaxy. So you got Bemicon Defender, Bemicon Trooper, and Bemicon Striker. Definitely the worst looking cards in the game at the time. And then I went back into the game in set 1. I just loved the idea of making set 1 really good and just adding a bunch of stuff to it to make it better. The Flonk archetype, you got the basic Flonk, then you got Flonk Mage, you got Flonk Warrior number 1, and then Flonk Warrior number 2. So that was just like a mini archetype in the game. Then Card Chest went through a lot of renditions. We had that version, and then finally a version that I was happy with and balanced. Yeah, like, it wasn't just like if I thought a card needed to be changed, I would just change the text. No, I had to actually physically remake the whole card. And I was happy with doing that because I just made it look better. Then we had Flaming Orc. I remember just having a lot of fun with this. It would basically charge into your opponent's front lines and blow up. And then I remade it to look way better. Orc Charger, pretty bad. I mean, look how he's holding the sword. I'm still really proud of this game. I just sometimes like to laugh at the card arts. If you're wondering why all the sleeves are different colors, I just basically, some of the cards were not sleeves, so I just used what sleeves I had lying around. With Ancient Guard, and then Rock Protector. I remember this being someone's favorite card. I don't exactly remember who. But yeah, definitely comment down below if he was your favorite card, and I'll add him back. Super Sword, this card was not made by me. Well, the ability stuff was, but it was drawn by my friend Nick, who made the Archmage, which is super cool. This is like his 3rd card in the game. He made another, which I'll show in the future. Phoenix Sword, which is a remake of that. Sunken Trident. I really don't like this version. I actually like the original versions, this one. I just think this one looks a little too... It doesn't flow like this one does. Futuristic Dagger, and then we have another full art futuristic dagger, which isn't really a full art. I just drew some little specks on the art. Thunder Axe, but then a better Thunder Axe. Chatter. This was my friend's personal favorite, and I just thought he was funny. Like, we always called him Cheddar. And he was a pretty good card. And that's a remastered version of him. I'm definitely I have to add him back into Underworld's TCG. We got Hodo, and a new Hodo. Forest Spider Mech. Zagon. Saja of the Forest. I remember this one had a good ability. And we had Forest Giant Spider. For some reason I got rid of the name. Mystical Flute, Epic Rare. This was not a very good card. Like, my rarity balancing, all the commons would be way better than the rares and epic rares for some reason. We got Mystical Flute Full Art, which is an actual decent full art. Elune Mech. And then kind of a colored in Elune Mech. Yeah, I just remember I really wanted to remake the original set of the game, so I just did most of the cards remade. Robot 270B and a full art Robot 270B, which I think looks sick. Now we're getting to Shushami. I think this card has the most renditions out of all of them. Although Zigzag Staff did have quite a few more. I just lost them for some reason. So that's kind of sad. Some of these cards are lost, but for the most part, I save my card games because, you know, like, you really should in general. Shoshami, and Shoshama, which looks nothing like the other ones. We got Methos. We got Methos Devil King, which was the remastered version. Okay, Warforged Hammer also has quite a few renditions. So we got this one. This one which looks better, and I think its ability was actually pretty popular. Draw 2 cards, that's crazy. And being able to choose that was unbalanced. Then we have Warforged Hammer. This one's definitely a lot more balanced. Draw 1 card, and if it is a single-use attachment, draw 1 more card. My cousin was helping me with game balancing. He's super good at balancing game, and he's even helping me to this day on my new card game. Potion of Healing. And then we got the original, no, this is the remastered Potion of Healing. The Fog, I remember really liking this card. I liked I did 1 color and I added another tint to it, which I thought looked cool. Zogler, it's like a turtle who has like a shield on his back. Grim Ghost. And some reason this one looks way better. And I only like made it like a month after, so that just shows how fast your art can improve. Charge Orb. I remember there being another version of that. Grey Dawn. I was going back and just adding cheap cards just to make the set on the Game Crafter better. Ballista Crew. Very nice card. Didn't know how to draw a ballista, but still cool. Lost Anchor. Solo Serpent. Oh, that card. That's just probably my least favorite card in Epic Wars. Shotgun Special Edition Rare. I don't know why it's Special Edition, but that's cool. The Durogon Duo. Very nice. Card Draw. I needed Card Draw in the game, so I just made a card called Card Draw. That hand wasn't terrible for my drawing at the time. Robin Hood. Oh, that's a nice one. Revive. I feel like every TCG has a card that somehow looks like this. Like, every TCG has a Revive and a Fireball. Those are the 2 most classic cards, and maybe a dagger. Abamanthos. That's a pretty unique looking card. Helm of Corruption. It sounds cool, but wasn't very good. Acid Rain Cloud. I remember this being one of my favorite cards. I just loved playing it. And then we have the remastered Acid Rain Cloud, and then we have the Shield of Strength. I laminated this card, and the lamination, for some reason, it's like decaying or something. So I don't know what's happening there. We got the remastered Shield of Strength. Shield of Weakness. These cards are so bad, like, for the meta during that time. I think I still have a rules video if any of you guys want to play Epic Wars TCG, although you can't get it on the Game Crafter anymore. I took it down, but you know what? Maybe, guys, would you want me to, like, just take pictures of all these cards, put them on the Game Crafter, and just have a giant pack with every single card in Epic Wars? I feel like that'd be kind of fun to collect. Revolver Pistol and the new Revolver Pistol. I remember really liking this card. I made a playmat, which I'm going to go get the playmats and show you guys. I might as well just use this for the background of this video because, you know, it's kind of fitting and it's very nostalgic. And we got Dengomon here. Man, this brings back a lot of memories. I also had this one. This guy was going to be like my main mascot, but I never ended up doing much for him. But this was the other poster, which was cool. So yeah, guys, now we got the classic setup going. So we got Dengomon, Ghost, Hocus Mex 1. I remember making Hocus Mex 2 and that being like my favorite. I think Hocus Mex 2 is still one of my favorite cards in the game. That wouldn't come out till later though. Street Mech. I remember my cousins really liking that one. Under Arrest. Dosha. I think there was another version of Dosha that I lost, but here's the other one. Ring of Riche. Ooh, that is a bad looking ring, but boom, I came back with this art, which looked a lot better. I'm still happy with a lot of this art. I think it still looks decent. Enchanted Zetagard. Kyoshin. And the Kyosho Guard. Grapple Hook. I used to love this card for some reason. And then the updated Grapple Hook. We got Storm. Meteor Strike. Oops. The original Shankfish, guys. This is where it started. Oh, I can't wait to add Shankfish into the new game. Megaloth. Like, you guys don't even have to comment Shankfish. I'm definitely going to add him. Lost. Bag of Coins. Still, this was actually... I use this in almost every card game since this. Gondo Currency. I later made it, like, PCG related, which is cool. Brick Wall, and then I made it a comeback card. Some reason there's a comeback card at set 1. I thought I didn't add... Oh, yeah, I think I just came back and added one for some reason. But, yeah. Comeback cards were basically like instants. Possessed Bomb and the old Possessed Bomb. Sledger. Stairtoe Titan Mech. This is one of the first cards I made. Mysterious Ooze. Emphasis on the ooze. Fezowatt. Cybotren. Talakanos and Tavakanos. I guess I changed his name there. Zillow Forest Spider. And the updated one. Gondo Power Core. Another tie-in card to the lore. If you guys don't know, my card game takes place in the PCG universe, which is pretty cool. Conal Mech. Staff of Domination. I had this tradition where in every single set of Epic Wars TCG, I would add some sort of staff. I already added Zigzag Staff in this set, but I decided to add another one. Because it was kind of just a tradition. Ghost King. This was the first leader card of the game. Ancient Tonfish. I love this guy. I think he's so cool. Kyoshin Ninja. Ancient Scroll of Zenith, which is on the play mat. I made it yellow. Training Target. And the updated Training Target. And then Triple Spear. And that was every single card in set 1 of Epic Wars TCG. Again, comment down below your favorite cards, and I will possibly add them into the new game. Sorry this video was so long, but you know, there's a lot of cards to show, so get excited for the next one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.